Hey everyone! The rumors about Harry and Meghan attending those outrageous parties are beyond shocking, stripping away any remaining credibility they had. These events, known for their wild excess, immoral behavior, and complete lack of decency, go against everything Harry and Meghan claim to stand for. Just being linked to such gatherings shows they've not only turned their backs on the royal family, but on any sense of dignity they once claimed to have. Harry has repeatedly shown that his so-called break from the royal family was never about finding freedom or peace of mind. It was about swapping respect for fame. Being part of these shameful events only proves that he's far from the honorable person the world once admired. Instead of taking on any sense of responsibility or morality, Harry has fallen to new lows, surrounding himself with celebrities whose lives thrive on scandals and self-indulgence. As for Meghan, her hunger for the spotlight was always clear, so it's no surprise to see her connected to these kinds of events where the line between fame and moral decay is blurred. She pushed her way into royal life for fame, and now that she has the world's attention, it's obvious she'll do whatever it takes to hold onto it, even if it means associating with the most scandalous parts of Hollywood. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. For years, she and Harry claimed they wanted privacy and a life of service, yet here they are, throwing themselves into the same spotlight they've said they despise, all for a few more moments of infamy. Let's not sugarcoat this. This isn't just about poor decisions or bad influences, it's about a complete moral downfall. Harry and Meghan have shown they're willing to associate with anything or anyone that keeps them in the headlines, no matter how disgraceful the situation. Being even remotely linked to these kinds of parties with their shady reputations speaks volumes about who they really are. They aren't just former royals who've lost their way, they've become a joke, a cautionary tale of what happens when you chase the wrong dreams. Harry, once seen as a man of principle, now surrounds himself with the worst of celebrity culture. He's traded duty and honor for cheap thrills, and in doing so, he's destroyed his family, his reputation, and everything he once stood for. And whatever legacy Harry might have had is gone. His choices show a man who's lost all self-respect, trading it for a desperate need to stay relevant no matter the cost. Meghan's role in all of this isn't surprising, but it's just as disturbing. Her ambition has always been obvious, and now she's fully embraced the toxic celebrity culture that thrives on scandal and controversy. The woman who once said she wanted to be a force for change has become nothing more than a tabloid figure, more interested in mingling with rap moguls and enjoying the most indulgent parts of fame than making any real difference. What makes it worse is the blatant hypocrisy. While they talk about mental health, privacy, and equality, they're willingly diving into environments that completely contradict those values. How can anyone take them seriously? They aren't victims of the media, they've chosen this path, and now they're neck deep in a world that only cares about fame and spectacle. They've become addicted to the attention, constantly chasing the next scandal to stay relevant. Their presence at these shameful parties is just another chapter in their ongoing story of moral downfall. This is a couple that has chosen to align themselves with the very forces they once claimed to oppose. They've traded their positions of influence for fleeting moments of scandalous fame, and the world sees it for what it truly is, a desperate attempt to stay in the spotlight, even if it means sacrificing the last bit of dignity they have left. What makes this even more disturbing is the uncertainty surrounding these tapes. Harry and Meghan, who have already tarnished the royal family's reputation, are now caught in another scandal, potentially more damaging than any before. Their involvement in these outrageous parties speaks volumes about their true priorities and character. Instead of keeping any sense of dignity or staying away from controversy, they seem drawn to the very environments that feed their need for attention. And let's not forget the timing. While the royal family has been dealing with internal crises and public criticism, Harry and Meghan were reportedly mingling with celebrities at parties infamous for their excess and vulgarity. The hypocrisy of their actions is staggering. They left royal life claiming they wanted peace and privacy, yet here they are, associating with Hollywood's most scandalous figures and embracing the very lifestyle they once said they hated. Harry especially has shown time and time again that his decisions aren't driven by duty or responsibility. His attendance at these parties only solidifies his shift from a once promising royal to someone whose main concern is how he's seen in the tabloids. And Meghan, she has only cemented her role as the driving force behind their downfall, dragging Harry deeper into a world of shallow fame and superficiality. Their attendance at these events shows a total lack of respect for both the royal institution they once represented and the people they claim to care about. The fact that insiders suggest these tapes might reveal interactions that could further damage the already fragile image of the royals is alarming. What exactly were Harry and Meghan doing at these parties? The public is left wondering, and none of the possibilities look good for the Sussexes. Were they trying to make connections in the entertainment world, mingling with powerful figures to keep their media relevance alive, or was this just another example of their unending thirst for fame, no matter the cost? Either way, the impact of their actions is clear. Their choices once again highlight a pattern of irresponsibility and recklessness, where instead of using their platform for good, they chase attention at any cost. Harry and Meghan keep making headlines for all the wrong reasons. And let's be honest, this isn't just about bad choices, it's about their complete disregard for the consequences of their actions. Their actions not only tarnish the legacy of the royal family, but also the important role they once played on the global stage. What's even more concerning is the possibility that these tapes could reveal their true motivations and character in ways we haven't seen before. Many have long suspected that their carefully crafted public personas designed to gain sympathy and support are just a facade. If these tapes confirm what many already believe, it will prove that Harry and Meghan have been driven by selfish ambition, not a genuine desire to make a difference. What kind of couple, after distancing themselves from the monarchy under the pretense of seeking a private life, actively engages in such attention-seeking behavior? Their involvement in these parties is a direct insult to anyone who believed their claims of victimhood and oppression. It shows, once and for all, that they never intended to step out of the spotlight, they just wanted to control it on their own terms, no matter the cost. The damage they've done to their own reputations may be beyond repair, but the more serious issue is the lasting harm they've caused. They're inflicting real damage on the royal family. By attending these events, they add yet another scandal to the long list that has shaken the monarchy in recent years, dragging the entire institution further into disrepute. For decades, the royal family has carefully maintained a delicate balance of tradition, duty, and public trust. But Harry and Meghan have discarded all of that in their relentless pursuit of fame, leaving a path of destruction behind them, all while continuing to act as if they're the victims. The audacity of their self-righteousness is unbelievable. They flee to the US, claiming they want a peaceful life, only to immerse themselves in a world of glitz and scandal that fuels even more public distrust. Every move they make contradicts the values they once said they stood for. Their attendance at these outrageous parties is just the latest, and perhaps the most blatant example of this hypocrisy. As for the fallout from these tapes, it's hard to predict exactly what they'll reveal, but one thing is clear: the public's patience with Harry and Meghan is running out. The constant controversies and their endless attempts to stay relevant through scandal have become exhausting. People are starting to see through the facade, and no amount of carefully crafted PR statements will undo the damage they've caused themselves. It's time they face the consequences of their actions. Harry and Meghan can't continue riding the wave of public sympathy while acting in ways that completely contradict the image they've tried to create. If these tapes are made public, they could be the final nail in the coffin of their credibility. The public won't forgive them for this latest betrayal of trust, and neither will the royal family. The presence of Harry, Meghan, and Andrew at these wild parties raises serious concerns about their judgment, character, and their apparent disregard for the monarchy they once represented. While Andrew's controversial past is well known, having Harry and Meghan involved only intensifies the scrutiny around the royal family's ties to scandalous figures in inappropriate situations. What were they hoping to gain by attending such events? It's hard to reconcile their attendance with any sense of duty, respect, or loyalty to the institution they continue to undermine. Andrew, already deep in disgrace due to his connections with notorious individuals and ongoing legal issues, only fuels the public's disapproval of his behavior. It's as if he's incapable of learning from his past mistakes, instead choosing to surround himself with even more scandal. His presence at these extravagant and questionable parties is a clear reminder that his actions have never aligned with the values the royal family is supposed to uphold. How can anyone, especially a senior member of the British monarchy, justify such behavior when their very presence undermines the integrity of the crown? Let's not forget Harry and Meghan, who seem to take every chance to further damage their already tattered reputation. They claim to have left the royal family to escape the pressures of public life and seek a more private and meaningful existence. Yet here they are, fully immersed in the very world of fame and excess they supposedly fled. Their participation in these high-profile, celebrity-studded events is simply a continuation of their insatiable need for attention. Attending these parties alongside Andrew only deepens the public's skepticism about their true motives. Harry's choices continue to confuse and disappoint. He was once seen as a figure of hope within the royal family, someone who genuinely wanted to make a difference. Now he's reduced to mingling with celebrities at infamous parties, and his once promising legacy is crumbling under the weight of one scandal after another. It's as if Harry has fully embraced a lifestyle of superficiality, showing a reckless disregard for the responsibilities that come with his royal background. He has become a caricature of the very thing he once claimed to despise, a fame-hungry celebrity willing to sacrifice his dignity for a moment in the spotlight. Meghan is just as guilty, if not more so. From the very start, she has shown a talent for manipulating public perception, creating a narrative of victimhood while simultaneously chasing media attention. Her attendance at these parties is another example of how she has consistently prioritized fame over authenticity. Meghan portrays herself as a champion of social justice and change, but her actions reveal a different story, one driven by glitz, glamour, and self-promotion. Together, Harry and Meghan have repeatedly demonstrated that they are willing to sacrifice their credibility, integrity, and connection to the royal family for fleeting fame. Their association with Andrew at these events only highlights this troubling pattern. The attendance at these wild parties only highlights their descent into a world of scandal and excess. What could once have been dismissed as poor judgment has now turned into a clear pattern of behavior that shows their complete abandonment of the principles they were supposed to uphold. Andrew's presence at these events serves as a reminder of his deep-seated arrogance and disregard for the seriousness of his situation. His legal troubles, particularly those linked to convicted sex offenders, have already cast a long shadow over the royal family. Instead of distancing himself from further controversy, he seems determined to dive headfirst into more of it, dragging Harry and Meghan along with him. Andrew has no place at these events, just as he has no place representing the monarchy any longer. Yet here he is again, making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The involvement of these three individuals in such a scandalous event has undoubtedly sparked conversations about the increasingly blurred lines between duty and celebrity within the royal family. If Harry and Meghan truly wanted to escape the oppressive spotlight of royal life, why would they choose to immerse themselves in Hollywood's most extravagant and controversial gatherings? The answer is clear: they crave attention and will do whatever it takes to remain relevant, even if it means associating with figures like Andrew, who has already brought disgrace to the royal family in ways that should be unforgivable. This trio's behavior at these parties is not just an isolated incident, it's part of a broader, troubling pattern. The monarchy has always represented dignity, tradition, and duty, values that Harry, Meghan, and Andrew seem to disregard. Instead, they have chosen to indulge in the very lifestyles that have led to their downfall, further alienating themselves from both the royal family and the public. And for what? A few more headlines, a few more photo opportunities, a few fleeting moments of fame. The public's patience with them is wearing thin. Andrew's scandals have already damaged the royal family's image, and now, with Harry and Meghan by his side, the destruction continues. These three are not just disgraced members of the royal family, they are actively contributing to its erosion. Their actions at these parties send a clear message: they no longer care about the responsibilities and expectations tied to their titles, they only care about themselves. Perhaps what's most infuriating is the sheer audacity of it all. They will undoubtedly try to spin this just like they have with every scandal they face. They'll claim to be victims of media intrusion or suggest that their attendance at these events was somehow justified, but the public isn't buying it anymore. Their carefully constructed narrative is crumbling, and their actions speak far louder than their words ever could. Associating with Andrew at these parties is the latest and most damning proof that they care more about maintaining their celebrity status than about doing anything meaningful. In the end, the damage is done. Harry, Meghan, and Andrew have all chosen a path that leads only to disgrace and scandal. They have aligned themselves with a world of excess and controversy, showing a complete disregard for the monarchy they were once part of. Now, with their attendance at these infamous parties exposed, it's clear they are no longer fit to represent anything other than their own selfish interests. The royal family and the public deserve better, and it's time for these three to face the consequences of their actions. While no official statements have been released by Buckingham Palace, the scandal surrounding Harry, Meghan, and Andrew has undoubtedly intensified the public's perception of the royal family. As anticipation grows around the potential release of the tapes, the increasing evidence of their reckless behavior raises serious questions about their judgment and suitability to represent the monarchy. This isn't just a minor issue, it's a troubling sign of how far they have strayed from the values that the British royal family is supposed to embody. Harry and Meghan's actions are increasingly seen as a desperate attempt to stay relevant rather than a genuine commitment to their newfound independence. The fact that they would choose to immerse themselves in the wild atmosphere of these notorious parties speaks volumes about their priorities. Instead of working towards positive change or making meaningful contributions to society, they seem more interested in mingling with Hollywood elites and engaging in the very behaviors the monarchy has long tried to distance itself from. The public isn't buying the narrative they're trying to sell. In fact, their ongoing efforts to reshape their image are beginning to look more like an elaborate charade than a genuine pursuit of happiness. Their claim of wanting to live a life free from royal scrutiny feels empty when they continue to seek out such high-profile and controversial events. This hypocrisy hasn't gone unnoticed by the public. Hard to believe that they genuinely want privacy when their actions scream for attention. Every party they attend and every celebrity they mingle with only highlights their desperate bid for relevance, making it painfully clear that they are chasing fame instead of purpose. And then there's Andrew, whose presence at these events complicates matters even further. His troubled past and ongoing legal issues make him an unsuitable representative of the royal family. Yet here he is, gallivanting around with Harry and Meghan as if nothing is wrong. It seems like they are collectively shrugging off the weight of their responsibilities in favor of indulgence and celebrity culture. The optics of this trio together are nothing short of appalling. It raises the question, do they even understand the legacy they are tarnishing with every reckless choice? The public's patience with Harry and Meghan is rapidly running out. Instead of focusing on their philanthropic endeavors or finding ways to contribute positively to society, they seem determined to continue this downward spiral of self-sabotage. This latest scandal has put a spotlight on their lack of judgment, and it's hard to imagine how they could possibly recover from it. As rumors swirl about the tapes and the potential fallout, it's clear that their actions are not just damaging to their reputations, they're jeopardizing any chance they have of being taken seriously in the future. For the royal family, the ramifications of this scandal are dire. Buckingham Palace remains silent, perhaps hoping that this latest controversy will blow over, but it's difficult to see how they could possibly ignore the impact this could have on the monarchy. The public expects their royals to uphold certain standards, and it seems that Harry, Meghan, and Andrew are doing everything in their power to destroy that image. Their reckless choices have put the institution in a tough spot, and fixing the damage will require more than just a few well-written statements. As people speculate about what's on those tapes, many royal watchers are left wondering how far Harry and Meghan will go to keep their lavish lifestyle and fame. They've shown that they're not afraid of scandal, and this latest situation only makes that clearer. With each passing day, their reputation gets more tangled in controversy, leaving little chance for redemption. This is a worrying path they've chosen, one that distances them not only from the royal family, but also from the very public they once wanted to connect with. This is a crucial time for the monarchy. Harry, Meghan, and Andrew are busy with their silly activities, and they might ruin what the royal family represents. The British people expect their royals to show dignity and responsibility, but these three are not meeting those expectations. They are becoming examples of everything wrong with today's monarchy: selfish, careless, and out of touch with the values that have long defined royal life. The hope is that this scandal will open Harry and Meghan's eyes. They need to understand that their actions matter and they can't just rely on celebrity culture anymore. The royal family deserves better than being represented by people who seem more focused on fame than on maintaining the dignity of the institution. As everyone watches, we wonder if they will keep going down this path of trouble or if they will pause and rethink their priorities before it's too late. Time is running out and the public is tired of their drama. It's time for them to either step up or step back. What do you think will happen after these revelations? Can Harry and Meghan fix their reputations, or have they gone too far? Share your thoughts below and let's keep chatting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any updates on the latest royal news.